swings it foul out in front of the changeup. 3-1. So it goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rays are 4-5 this year against the Red Sox. 1-1 here at the Trop. Remember, Boston scored 25 runs in the first 2 games of the season series when they beat the Rays 12-2 and 13-5. But since then, it's been much better for the Rays. Long fly ball deep left, and Jennings on the track. That's 1 away. 1 out with the bases empty in the 4th. And here's tonight's AT&T trivia question coming up. How many teams in Major League history have had a winning record at the All-Star break with a batting average of .232 or below? That .232 is right where the Rays are right now with team hitting. 12th in the American League. That's a strike to Ryan Sweeney. One ball, 1 strike. Hot shot, 1 hop, grabbed by Keppinger at second, and the throw to first, and Sweeney's out of there. Sweeney hit that ball hard on a low line.
Yeah, and Jeff Keppinger, all you can do is just try to gauge where that ball's going to bounce. It was hit so hard, just flashed the leather right there. Nice little short hot scoop by Jeff, and then the spin and throw. Made it look easy.
2 gone, and here is Mike Aviles. And there's a strike. Another first pitch strike. He's in a little run here of first pitch strikes. It's 5 in a row now. 5 hitters straight he's thrown first pitch strikes to.
So far he's retired them all. That's where Jeremy's at his best, because then you just never know the way that he can move the baseball around and the different pitches that he can bring to the table. Put you on the defensive, get you to expand your zone.
And a pop up left side. Sean Rodriguez into foul territory, has it. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 Boston. Three nothing. The Rays down. They're coming in to hit in the bottom of the 4th inning, facing left-hander Franklin Morales. Let's get the answer to the AT&T trivia question. How many teams in Major League history have had a winning record at the All-Star break with a batting average of .232 or below? That's where the Rays are right now coming into this one. And the answer is 8 teams.
Who had 8? And who had 8?
Look at that. There they are.
How about that? Nobody since 1972. That's great.
All the way back to the 68 Orioles.
42 Reds. Awesome. Listen, let's get back to play. And what about the camera guy, though? It's just kind of lurking behind everybody. Don't you feel it's like that camera in the beginning of Naked Gun, where all of a sudden it's going to end up like on a roller coaster and some train tracks?
Who's in charge of that?
I don't know, but they're getting around pretty good.
I don't know the count to Carlos Pena. Someone has to be held responsible.
You got to catch him first.
2-0.
They're wily.
Frisky.
Runs in packs.
Pena up in the count, 2-0. And there's ball 3. 3-0. You can enjoy your favorite dessert with Carlos on Sunday, the 15th of July. The Rays take on the Red Sox. Part of Family Fun Day presented by the Tampa Bay Times. And the first 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a Carlos Pena ice cream bowl and spoon set presented by Carvel. 3-1, and that's an attractive set.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yep, there'll be a couple pickups there. To the kids, they can wake up in the morning with the Evan Longoria cereal bowl from a couple years ago, and then dessert at night in a Carlos Pena helmet.
Ground ball sharply hit down to first. Gomez has it in that new mitt and makes the play unassisted. He's making sure that that one did not get through. He actually went to his knees to stay in front of that one.
Two hands
style.
The 2 hands, absolutely.
Oh, here it is. Todd Callis just brought this in. There's the bowl.
And there's your spoon. Actually, you know what? You should have the spoon. You're a big fan.
Yeah, that's a good looking spoon. Here's Ben Zobrist taking the pitch for a ball. There you go. The official Carlos Pena ice cream bowl and spoon. We just need the ice cream. Zobrist pops it up. Fastball. Siriaco out shallow right, circling under it, and he makes the catch. That was not an easy play for Siriaco.
No, it was not. The route was not what you would want. The result was. But we've seen visiting teams come in here struggle with the roof here. Siriaco, I don't know if he has ever played in this building. And he gets a nice little route on this one. A little pop up to second. I should draw that. I think that was a P, the letter P.
Pitch is a ball to B.J. Upton. 1 ball, no strikes. The Rays without a base runner since the first. Two balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Cut and a miss by BJ, and it's a 2-2 count. It's a bit off the plate in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 to BJ. And he draws the walk. That pitch was close. And BJ heads to first.
Fastball here from Morales right down at the bottom of the zone. I think that ball was down. I would have to humbly disagree with Fox Tracks there.
I got you.
I just use it when it's convenient for me.
It's Jeff Kempinger. Why not?
That the way it goes? Well, you thought that pitch was down, right? Or is it just me?
I thought it was pretty close. I thought he might have gotten a break on it.
Well, maybe with tonight's strike zone, but overall.
Yeah. And a move to first. You know, here's the other deal on Morales. Well, you know, we saw him pick off Upton in the first inning on that 1-3-6, technically a caught stealing, but he's got to move over there. But he has been charged with 3 balks, and he comes very close. That last move to first was very close to a ball.
And that's the way it'll go too. I remember one of those things where worked on having a good pickoff move, able to pick off a lot of guys, and it seemed like you would go on a run, pick off 3, 4, 5 guys, and then all of a sudden you could be given your B move, your C move, and they're going to bang you for a balk. So all of a sudden it got out there, you're picking guys off, you must be doing something wrong, because you would ask. You know, I'd get called for a balk, and I'd ask the first base ump, I'd be like, what'd you have? And they'd say, well, you know, your foot crossed the rubber. Yeah, no, see, it doesn't ever do that. So that means I picked you off. You don't know what you saw. You just call a ball. But you're right. The guy starts to build a reputation of having a good move, and he starts to get close to that 45-degree angle and get it.
2-1. Well, the first move he made over there on Upton, you're right. You've got to step toward the bag. There is that angle. And that right leg appeared to be more downhill toward the plate when he made the throw to first.
And you know what? You will cross that line. That's why you're taught is you deliver that ball to first base to immediately step towards your target and get off of the mound to try to give the umpire where he doesn't have a very good look at where you stepped.
Yeah, you give him as little time as possible.
Absolutely, I guarantee
take a photo, a brain photo of that move.
That's right. If you drew that 45-degree line on me, I'll bet you I crossed it plenty. Now, that's the reason. That never was the reason they gave you most of the time. They gave you something else, which means they didn't know what they saw. They didn't like it. But you're right. You get down close there and then get off that mound. Clear the mound. Get away from it.
So, take a look here at this throw over.
It's pretty close. Yep. That's going to be borderline right there, and then you all of a sudden start heading off.
Pitch has popped up. Foul ball. It's going to carry out a play.
And see, that becomes a huge weapon for a left-handed pitcher, and even some cases, a right-handed pitcher that has a very good move. But with a lefty, especially when they're able to stare at you and have a good move, not only are you able to pick up the occasional pickoff, the occasional out from doing it, but what you end up doing is you discourage the running game altogether. I mean, a lot of teams will come out and they'll be, just shut it down. You've controlled the running game from 7 o'clock on. No one's really able and willing to risk it. And boy, you take that out of something that you have to worry about, and that becomes a huge weapon.
Well, he's given up a walk to Upton. A step back and a toss over there. BJ's back in.
See, that's where it would have been fun for me to pitch against a Joe Madden managed team, because he would have tried to run on me just because nobody did. And that's just the way that he would have done it. Okay, really? Well, then we're going to try it. That's his game anyway. Nice little chess match.
There's ball 3 outside, and the count is full. Well, Joe has said that, particularly on the physical side of things, be aggressive. You make a mistake because you're aggressive, that's fine with him. And occasionally you'll see this club do that. It might be somewhat out of the ordinary, but that's fine with Matt. Tapper foul. And that time with that delivery, even 3-2, 2 outs. The runner's going to be breaking, and BJ actually was headed back to first base when that pitch was delivered.
He wants to make sure, absolute certain. Already been picked off, caught stealing once. Wants to make sure that he is for sure headed to the plate before he makes his break. You know, in this situation, he doesn't have the straight steal, not going on first movement for fear of getting that ball thrown behind him.
And ball 4 is high. So a couple walks here in the 4th inning.
But do you see what happens? You know, we talked about B.J. Upton and the numbers that he's able to put up when the team does well. See what he is able to work the walk-off from Morales. Gets out there. Morales is thinking about him. He's thrown over there a couple of times, getting out of his rhythm, and now has walked another hitter. That's how he can affect the game.
Here's Sean Rodriguez. Well, Sean's looking for that first long one off a lefty, and boy, this would be a great time for it. The Rays down 3-0. Pitch is outside. Trying to throw the breaking ball, and it really didn't do much right there. One ball, no strikes. And again, an attempt at a breaking ball, and it stayed wide. 2-0, and you can see Valentine, hands on his hips there. He's not really liking what he's seeing here in the 4th inning.
Absolutely not. Was cruising right along, and then back-to-back walks, and now in another bad count, 2-0, running up. Pitch count here in the 4th inning, sitting at 23 already.
And he misses with the fastball. Well, we saw what happened to Hellickson when he walked a couple and then hit a man. A couple of walks here in the 4th. You know, these walks, a lack of control, and it starts a chain reaction sometimes.
That's right. He walks BJ, then he's worried about BJ, misses to some pitches to Keppinger. And then all of a sudden 2 missed curveballs, a close fastball, but he's been out of the zone so much the last couple of hitters, he's not going to get that borderline pitch.
And a start of a move, and he just balked right there. He balked. Realized in the middle of it he balked, and then tried to toss it over there anyway. Perhaps that's a double balk.
I mean, that's a pitcher right there that is in his own head. Couple of walks, a 3-0 count. Now he's going to try to run a pickoff behind. Realize, hold on to it. I love that. No, I threw it. What's wrong with a good pump fake?
Yeah, that's definitely an attempt to deceive the runner. So Bobby Valentine sends his pitching coach out there. Look at that now in the balk department. The 4th charge to Morales. Bob McClure heads back into the dugout. 3-0 the count to Sean Rodriguez. He's swinging 3-0 and pops it up foul. The fastball, that's out of play. 3-1 now. Well, a base hit here would be a big one. Rays down by 3. They try to get on the board. And the breaking ball, a delayed call by Hoy. Decided at the last moment that was a strike.
He didn't believe his eyes. Did that ball really break that far? This ball starts well off the plate. Watch this come back at the end. How about that? That is quite the break.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And there's ball 4, down and in. A little harder with the breaking ball and more difficult to command.
Well, and what it is I threw a breaking ball to get to 3-2. Now all of a sudden I'm going to try to make it nastier. So I'm going to jump on it a little bit more, and I yank it right into the ground. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the previous breaking ball, but you try to make the next one a little better. And there you go.
Well, he's walked the bases loaded for Luke Scott. Luke fouled out his first time. So here we are, the 2 adversaries that led to a brawl back in Boston on the 25th of May in a game the Rays eventually won 7-4. So Luke Scott facing Morales with the bases loaded. And he takes a look at a curveball wide. 1 ball, no strikes. A big opportunity for the Rays here. Really their first scoring opportunity since the first inning. And that's a strike, a fastball. 1-1. Scott Atchison gets up in the bullpen. He's done a great job in that Boston bullpen.
Yeah, you actually don't want to see him come in.
It's outside and low. Another curveball. 2-1. Luke Scott, 2-1 the count, facing Franklin Morales. And a swing and a miss and a fastball up. Morales challenged him, and Scott could not lay off the high fastball.
Yeah, well, this was out of the zone. Luke Scott sees fastball out over the plate and up near the eyes. Takes a big rip at it, just can't get that high. Especially with that kind of velocity that Morales is able to put on it. Well, now, if you're Franklin Morales, you can challenge him with another fastball up there, or you could take that breaking ball right off of that same plane.
31 pitches from Morales. Here is the 2-2, and it's fouled away. A fastball.
Now, he upped the velocity, but that's the one fastball that Luke Scott's going to be able to handle. The one that's down and out over the plate, right in his swing path. Still can be difficult, though, at 97.
Was developing with 2 outs. Upton walked. Keppinger walked. They were balked at second and third. Rodriguez walked. Now 2-2 to Luke Scott. And a swing and a miss. He chased the high fastball again and strikes out. So a couple of high fastballs, and Morales gets the big strikeout. Still 3-0 Boston. Still a 3-0 ball game as we move into the 5th inning. Boston with a run in the first and 2 in the second. Time for the Just for Men Auto Stop Foolproof statistic. We'll look at the Rays rankings in the first half. Leading in stolen bases, walks second, starters ERA second, save percentage the best, just as the Rays plan on making a run of it here in the second half. You can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results. Pedro Siriaco up here. He had that little base hit, softly hit through the middle that drove in 2 runs in the second. And the first pitch is a strike. It's a ball where there appeared to be some indecision on the part of the Rays middle infielders, and it got through to drive in both Saltalamacchia and Sweeney. Siriaco tried to bunt that one, and that ball came riding in on him, but he got the bat back. 1-1.
Now, when you're squaring around to bunt, you're ready to see a ball out over the plate that you can push or pull. Not close to you like that.
Fouls it out of play. It's 1-2. We'll square the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High chop, grabbed at third by Rodriguez. He gets rid of the quick throw, but had no play on Siriaco at first. That chop made it impossible. Rodriguez fortunate just to glove that ball, because if it gets over him, it's an extra base hit for Siriaco, who hasn't hit the ball hard, but he's 2 for 2 tonight.
Now hustling out of the box, and you see the chop almost gets over his head, but the combination of having to reach and moving back, no way to be able to make that throw. You don't have time to plant your feet. That's the only thing that you can do, and you could see that Siriaco had that beat out easily.
And here's Jacoby Ellsbury, just back active in this game. Quick move to first because of all the injuries, and we chronicled those early between these two teams. The most often injured teams in the American League, the Red Sox followed by the Rays. The Red Sox have had to use 14 different outfielders this year.
That's amazing. How do you have 14 in your system?
Ellsbury hits it on the ground to Keppinger. Johnson 1 at second. Pena first for 2. That's a 4-6-3 double play.
Well, Jeremy Hellickson, not known to be a ground ball pitcher, gets a big one there. A little rollover by Ellsbury. That's now the 6th ground ball double play he's been able to get this year. Nice turn, Elliot Johnson. How about Siriaco getting down there, trying to mess up the timing of that play, but Elliot Johnson avoids it rather deftly and makes a nice throw.
Here's Daniel Nava. Yeah, Siriaco's making the most of his big league time. Had some big league time over the last couple of years with Pittsburgh, but not a lot. and was impressive this spring so much that caught the eye of Bobby Valentine, the Boston manager. So here he is filling in and hustling on every play.
And now hitting what, 650?
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 tonight. It was a 9 for 15.
Yeah, there's 600. Right on the nose. That's just great.
1-1 count here to Nava. I'm impressed by that calculator type of brain you're showing here, figuring these batting averages that quickly.
Listen, reading and composition, awful. Absolutely awful. I could talk. You asked me to put this to paper, no chance. Numbers, I got a shot. I got a shot. You know what that was? That was from growing up being a sports fan, especially a baseball fan, where you had to figure out averages and stuff like that, and keep it going in your head. So,
see, it all pays off.
There you go. Baseball's good for building math skills.
There's no question, and it's good for reading. You read the backs of baseball cards. That's how you learn to read.
Well,
you didn't pay attention in school, but you read your baseball cards.
And as far as writing goes, I can fill out a lineup card.
Yeah,
but that's about it, because even keeping score, I'm awful. If anybody ever said, you got to sit down and write a book, keep a journal, forget it. Forget it.
Your journal's filled with numbers.
The journal's right up here, buddy.
3-2 the count. 2 outs as a result of the double play following the infield hit by Siriaco. And ball 4 is high, and Nava draws the walk. Third allowed by Hellickson. Tough part of that is the guy walking to the plate now, David Ortiz, who hit the home run in the first. Ortiz ran the count to 3-1 and then hit one out of here.
3-1 cutter. Never got there.
And then the Rays are going to walk him intentionally and move Nava up to second.
How about that?
Well, here is the guy in this lineup. Ortiz, who has been tough on the Rays, has been tough against Hellickson. And you look at the lineup, he's 9th in average in the league, 6th in home runs, 8th in runs batted in, 3rd in slugging percentage. He's 3rd in on base percentage. And so all of those production numbers impressive enough to get him the intentional walk here and push Nava into scoring position.
What did he have for lunch, Dwayne? My goodness. But you're right. And then you look at the guy coming up, Mauro Gomez. 2 at-bats off Jeremy, 2 strikeouts.
And how about this? He now has 12 intentional walks. He leads the league in that department. Even more than Prince Fielder. Mauro Gomez. Gomez struck out on a curveball in the first, struck out on a changeup in the third. It's outside. Want to know? Ground ball to third. Rodriguez takes it to Keppinger for the force to retire the side. 2 left. We go to the Rays' 5th. 3-0 Boston.
Yeah, we got the hardwire mic right now. You can hear me on hardwire? Okay. Which way?
Todd, can I put you on this side?
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, we're checking the hardwire mic. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. We welcome you to the Subway fifth inning, where the Red Sox lead the Rays 3-0, heading to the bottom of the fifth. The Rays signing their #1 overall pick in this draft, the 25th overall selection in the 2012 draft. You see him right there from the Clemson Tigers. Richie Schaefer signs with the Rays today. Hop at third base, good defensive plays as well, and Richie joins us right now. First of all, congratulations. I've got to think you're excited about making that next step towards the big leagues.
Oh, I'm extremely excited. It's such an honor to be part of the Rays organization. You know, they have one of the best organizations in baseball. I'm just anxious and excited to get going.
One of the great things about the new rules, as a called strike there to Desmond Jennings, is that here you are signed. It's July 13th, and now you make the next step. Next step's tomorrow, right?
Right. I fly out tomorrow to go to Hudson Valley. You know, the early deadline is great because I get to go play a whole month earlier. So, yeah, that's a really big advantage, and I'm really excited.
Desmond Jennings pops one up into shallow center field, and he is retired for the first out. Evan Longoria is obviously the third baseman of the present. You are a third baseman as well. Do you look forward to spending time with him in spring training down the road and kind of learning from him?
Oh, definitely. You know, he's one of the game's best, and being able to pick his brain and learn from him a little bit is going to be an experience that I can really learn from and grow as a player. You know, I got a chance to meet him down in the locker room just now before the game started, and it's really an honor to meet him. And so, yeah, getting an opportunity to kind of learn from him and watch the way he goes about his business is going to be something that I can use.
Richie, are you going to play primarily third to start, or have they told you where you might play?
I don't know. You know, I'd like to play third base and work my way up, and whatever happens, happens. But, you know, whatever they want me to do, I'll do and work hard at.
Ball down the line, and that'll be a base hit, turning into two right there. Jose Lobaton with a one-out double. Final question for you, Richie, then we'll let you go back to your family. I like the fact, as a power hitter, 63 walks to 53 strikeouts. You've got a pretty good idea about the zone. Is that something you kind of pride yourself in?
Yeah, you know, it's something that I worked on a lot in the offseason, and working on my play discipline and swinging at strikes and knowing how pitchers are going to attack me. And, you know, that's something that really improved my game and really improved my stats as the year went on. So, yeah, it's a constant battle, and, you know, you got to try to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and how they're going to attack you every time. So,
once again, congratulations and good luck at Hudson Valley.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, the Rays have done very well coming out of that draft, by the way. They've signed their top 13 picks and 36 out of 40 overall. I mean, that's a great haul out of this draft. And that young man right there, their top pick.
36 out of 40, Dwayne. That's 90%.
Look at you.
Did Callis just get his picture taken with Richie?
1-1. I'm sure he did.
Well, hey, this
They're
is the beginning.
exchanging e-graphs right now.
I told you I wanted the beginning of a journey.
Yeah, isn't it? That's a great story.
Oh, yeah.
Cut and a miss by Elliott Johnson on a breaking ball that just broke right out of his swing path. 1-2 now. Double by Lobaton. So the Rays for the second inning have a man in scoring position. They left the bases loaded in the fourth. Elliott checks the pitch down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So strike 3 call. A fastball got him looking. 2 outs.
Yeah, tough to find fault with this pitch. This is a good one by Morales. Down and away. Actually catches a little bit more of the plate than he may like, but you see the height right across the top of the knees.
Well, there's Carlos Pena. Carlos looking for his first hit of the night with a strikeout and a ground out. Ball, no strikes. Carlos takes this one outside. 2-0.
This is just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
So far, the Rays, no runs, 2 hits off Morales. They're seeing him as a starting pitcher for the first time. Made 12 relief appearances in his brief career against the Rays. And in those relief appearances, he's given up just 2 earned runs spread over 12 appearances and 11 innings for a 1.64 earned run average. Tough out of the bullpen against the Rays, and he has been tough tonight. He did give them an opportunity with 2 outs in the 4th when he walked the bases loaded. And there's a curveball that drops in there for a strike, 1 and 2. Had trouble with the breaking pitch in the 4th, but this is a pretty good 1-1 pitch.
Just drops that pitch, sweeps right across the plate to the outside corner.
Foul ball, threw him another curveball, and Pena fouls it. Well, this is the first of 3 against Boston. David Price pitches tomorrow night against Clay Buchholz. James Shields on Sunday afternoon against Josh Beckett. There's Price, 11 and 4, fresh off his 3rd consecutive All-Star appearance. Pena out on strikes. We go to the 6th, 3-0 Boston. Back at Tropicana Field, we head into the 6th inning. It's 3-0 Boston. We are all very proud of Laura McKeeman, recently crowned Miss Florida. And she'll be headed now this January to Las Vegas in the Miss America pageant. And we are proud of her. Pleased to know that we're going to all be accompanying her. Laura, we have been designated as your chaperone committee.
Exactly.
And Todd Callis will develop our uniforms, and we'll be pleased and happy and proud to be a part of it.
Made in America.
Right.
Made in America.
Hey, thank you, Dwayne. Thanks for embarrassing me. And I have to remind everyone to follow us on Twitter. It's at SunSportsRays. We're going to keep those tweets coming your way throughout the game. Now, David Price actually took to Twitter from the All-Star game and had some great things to say about that. Of course, he was excited about his performance there. Wished that he got the win, but that was not the case. He still had a great time. And, of course, he used the hashtag ASG. That stands for All-Star Game. He hopes he can come back again and witness a dub. Guys?
Thank you very much. And Laura has a W already.
Yes.
Winning the Miss Florida pageant. We're looking for the big W in Las Vegas.
Well, I mean, she's got a certain swagger about her now, too.
Yeah,
right?
she does. Yeah.
She took that big smile and made it even bigger. Yeah.
You guys are putting too much pressure on me.
No, well, listen, don't go off and win Miss Florida then. It's your own fault.
Yep.
I'm just trying to represent my state well, okay?
You do a
we have
tremendous
complete
job.
confidence.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. Here's the pitch to Middlebrooks, and that's a strike called on the outside corner. I'll tell you, Hellickson has worked the corners over, and it seems, I know Middlebrooks will absolutely agree, he has really worked the corners over well against the young Boston third baseman. 2-2 the count.
I haven't seen a pitch in this sequence, so I can't tell you.
Your honesty is overwhelming. That's why you, to this day, maintain such credibility. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch running in on him, and he fouls it, jammed, and he fouls it out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still the count. That's pretty cool, Laura McKeeman.
That was really cool.
Yeah, Miss Florida.
We were up in Cleveland when we got the news, and
gives us a legitimate excuse to go to Las Vegas. The chopper down to Sean Rodriguez. And so that is out number 1. Let's take a look at our Toyota trend and how it applies to Jeremy Hellickson here. First 8 and the last 7 now coming into this start tonight.
And there's the big difference. You look at some of the other numbers, and obviously that elevated batting average is going to lead to the higher earned run average, but not a lot of walks, and there's not a big increase in the number of walks or walks per 9 innings, but it's been that opponent's average, and it's been because of the command within the strike zone that we talked about early in the game. Too many pitches out over the plate has allowed these hitters to have a chance.
Saltalamacchia takes a pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
And really, that's something that Jeremy himself has acknowledged. So you know that he's well aware and looking to make that adjustment.
2-0.
And I think that even with more regular work, you remember he missed a couple of weeks with shoulder fatigue. He had another outing that was cut short by a line drive.
Yeah, that's a really difficult period for him to go through and maintain what he's looked for tonight, and that's command.
That's right. Well, and he's a finesse guy. You got to be out there. You're out there, every 5 days. You get into a nice rhythm, a nice tempo, and that keeps being interrupted. It can be difficult.
3-1.
And it's very difficult because when he went down with that shoulder fatigue, I don't think he had a rehab start. I think it was just a couple of weeks off, and he got thrown right back into the mix. That's not easy to do either.
This one driven toward the gap into right center field. Big hop, and it's cut off by Zobrist. That will hold Saltalamacchia to a base hit. Saltalamacchia first hit that 3-1 pitch. It appeared that he might get 2, but Zobrist cut it off, and a nice job by Zobrist to do that.
Well, that ball was not centered by Saltalamacchia, but it was making a bid for that right center field little gap. But Ben Zobrist cut straight across. And you see that, just able to get to it, get the glove up. Kind of a do or die play, really, because if that angle is a little too shallow, you're looking at least 2.
Ryan Sweeney taking a look at the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. We're starting to get some movement in the Rays bullpen. 103 pitches tonight by Hellickson. And the most he has thrown, 118. That was back in early April against the Yankees. Since then, 108 would be his high pitch mark. And there's ball 2 to Sweeney, 2-0. So the Rays get J.P. Howell up in the bullpen. Pitch is fouled back. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Now 3-1. Rays have been out hit 4-2. They trailed 3-0. Hellickson, 1 on, 1 out in the 6th. Time granted by the plate umpire James Hoy. Foul ball back. 3-1 changeup. Avili's on deck. Here's the Boston shortstop. He was part of the threat in the 2nd inning that led to 2 runs when Hellickson walked 2 and then hit Avili's to load the bases. Saltalamacchia takes off on the 3-2 pitch, and the pitch skied to center. Saltalamacchia turns and heads back to first. He's there with 2 outs as Upton takes care of Sweeney's fly ball. Be sure and get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating. That would be in the Papa John's bullpen box. Available dates are going fast. Act now to make your group reservation behind the Rays bullpen. Call 855-GROUP-TB or online at raysbaseball.com. Avili's 0 for 1. He fouled out after he was hit by a pitch the first time, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Hellickson on the verge of making his 110th pitch of the night. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez goes to second to Keppinger. The force play retires the side. Rays coming in to hit, trailing 3-0, middle of 6. Red Sox struck first in the first. Solo 2-out home run by David Ortiz made it 1-0, and then after Hellickson walked two and hit a man, Pedro Ciriaco got this base hit that somehow got through between Keppinger and Johnson driving in two. Meanwhile, Franklin Morales making his 5th start of the year. Shut out the Rays through 5 innings, making 95 pitches, and the Red Sox have a 3-0 lead, and they bring on Scott Atchison to face Ben Zobrist here in the bottom of the 6th, and the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Well, Scott Atchison has done a heck of a job coming out of that bullpen for Bobby Valentine. Look at those numbers across the board.
Zobrist hits it a long way foul. And he's behind Atchison, 2 strikes.
You can't even get into the numbers as quick as he's working. 179 in the earned run average, worked 45 in the 3rd innings, and here he comes with pitch number 3.
And a tapper by the mound. Aviles with a high throw, throws it away. Into the dugout it goes, and down to second goes Ben Zobrist.
That play was goofy from the beginning. Aviles charging that ground ball. First of all, he catches it near the palm of his hand. It's sitting up in his glove. And then he reaches in, grabs it, and throws it wildly. This was all out of sync. Watches this ball, goes into the glove. It stays up right there at the palm. Reaches in, and then airmails it.
So the 8th error of the year charged to Aviles. And here's a line drive in and out of the glove of Atchison. He recovers and quickly throws to first. Boy, he had it in that glove, and if he makes the catch, he got a chance to double off Zobrist. But it popped out of his glove, and then he had to hurry to get Upton.
Making a bid right here. You see him get the glove out there, and you're right. He could have turned and thrown quickly. It would have been close. Still's able to get the out of it. Quick glove work here by Atchison. That ball was not close to him.
Jeff Keppinger. The pitch is a strike. More action in the bullpen. That's the lefty Andrew Miller. This one is down 1-1. Atchison, mostly fastball and slider, does throw the curveball occasionally. And he picks up the outside corner with a strike on a fastball. It's 1-2. Keppinger fouls that one away. Cutter there.
You continue to work Keppinger away. 2 strikes here. Jeff is very adept at taking that ball to right field, so that's what he'll be looking to do here. Stay inside the baseball and just shoot something over to the right side.
Too low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The curveball there.
Textbook block by Saltalamacchia. That's exactly how you do it. Right down and over top of that baseball, smother it, keep it in front of you, and then quick to your feet.
Take a peek to see where the runner is. 2-2 now. And strike 3 call on the outside corner. says James Hoy.
Well, Jeff just gave up on that cutter. Thought that ball was going to be off the plate away and just caught that outside corner.
Two gone. Now Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez has struck out and walked. The pitch is off the plate this time. 1 ball, no strikes. Two 2-0. Angels batting in the 8th, leading New York 4-2 in New York. And a foul ball. It's 2-1. Tigers have a 7-1 lead in Baltimore in the top of the 8th. Rays trail 3-0. Ground ball sharply hit up the left field line. Zobrist will score. Rodriguez on his way to second with a double, and the Rays are on the board. 2-base hit by Sean Rodriguez, his 11th of the year, and now it's 3-1.
Well, taking advantage of the air, Sean Rodriguez gets a pitch right out over the plate and elevated. He hammers this ball right down the line.
So the Rays get on the board. Bobby Valentine comes out. Luke Scott, the left-handed bat, is due, and a call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Back at Tropicana Field, the Rays make it a 2-run game. It's 3-1. Andrew Miller is the new pitcher for Boston. With Luke Scott due, the Rays are going to dip into the bench here as Miller's on now, the third pitcher of the night for Boston. And Brooks Conrad will hit in the place of Luke Scott. And Conrad takes ball 1. Conrad, lifetime against Miller, has a home run. He is 1 for 2 in that hit, a home run. Matt Albers up in the bullpen now for Boston. Conrad does have a home run since coming to the Raids, and that was against the left-hander Bruce Chan in Kansas City. Brooks ahead in the count. And ball 3 is outside, 3-0. Rodriguez at second. And a strike. Fastball on the inside corner. Says James Hoy, 3-1.
Have to be.
And the pitch foul back. Fastball runs the count full. Ground ball, deep short, stopped by Aviles, no play. Over to third goes Rodriguez, and there's no play on him either. Aviles took a look toward Middlebrooks, the third baseman, to see, but Rodriguez put on the brakes, and there's a base hit for Conrad. It's first and third now.
Well, that's Sean Rodriguez listening to third base coach Tom Foley. Sees the play developing behind him. A nice job here by Aviles, because if that ball gets through, the Rays have another run. You see Rodriguez here. He's going to try and score. Forget it. Head down. He's not watching the play. But you see Foley right there pointing, telling him, get back on the bag, and he's able to put the brakes on so they don't throw behind him. We're just going to empty the bullpen tonight, huh?
Another call to the bullpen with Jennings due up. This brought to you by Metro PCS. Wireless for all. Matt Albers is pitcher number 4, third of this inning. Here in the 6th, it's a 3-1 game as Albers is on to face Desmond Jennings.
Well, good numbers for Albers, on for the 33rd time, 2.38 earned run average. Not a lot of strikeouts, but he does have a good power sinker, likes to keep the ball on the ground.
Well, there's Desmond. And the first pitch is a strike on the outer part of the plate. Strike one.
Cut fastball there by Albers to start off Desmond. Puts it in a good spot. Picks up a get-ahead strike.
He shoots that same spot a little harder, and that's a strike on the outside corner.
He goes cutter at 90, and then how about this? 94 right to the corner. Two beautiful pitches here by Albers. Don't do it.
And a swing and a miss. Jennings out on strikes. Rays lead 2, score 1, 3-1 Boston. Three-1 ball game. Boston leading. We head into the 7th inning. For all the latest updates on your Tampa Bay Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse, we'll bring you in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com, powered by the Tampa Bay Times. Jeremy Hellickson through 6 innings. He's given up 3 runs tonight, 4 hits. Touch for the home run by Ortiz in the first. 5 strikeouts. He's walked 4. He's at 110 pitches. And he will face Pedro Siriaco. Siriaco bunts and pops it foul right back over the screen. Strike 1. Right now, a soft base hit by Siriaco that got through the middle of the infield is the difference in this game. It drove home Saltalamacchia and Sweeney. He didn't hit it hard, and a little indecision on the part of the Rays defenders allowed that ball to go through. 1-1 to count. Siriaco, then Ellsbury and Nava due up. J.P. Howell is up in the bullpen last inning. He's up again for the Rays. And a pop fly short center. Upton coming in, can't get there. It falls in front of Upton and Zobrist.
Wow.
How about that for Siriaco? He's 3 for 3 on a slowly hit ball through the middle, a chopper on an infield hit in the 5th, and a bloop that falls in among Keppinger, Upton, and Zobrist here in the 7th.
Now, did not hit it hard, well placed, right between 3 guys. And that's how you hit 625.
And that's going to be it for Jeremy Hellickson. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all.
Have an update. You know, I've seen I don't really have an update. You know, I've seen a lot of reports and a lot of people talking about how my year's done. I don't believe my year's done by any means, but, you know, I wish I could give anybody a concrete time frame. There are a lot of things that I can do, and it just feels like sometimes I'm so close and sometimes I'm still so far away.
Joe Madden has gone to the bullpen, and he calls for the lefty. J.P. Howell in relief now of Jeremy Hellickson, and Howell will inherit one base runner.
For the 33rd time, 29 and a third innings of work.
And he faces Ellsbury. First to move to first. Siriaco back in. Ellsbury, 4 out of 13 lifetime against JP. Siriaco back in. Again, a move over there. (3-5-2) for Boston, 1-4-0 for Tampa Bay. And the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Burke Badenhop throwing in the Rays bullpen. Ellsbury showing the bunt and takes the pitch for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Daniel Nava on deck. Siriaco can run over at first base, so the Rays continue to pay a lot of attention to him. He has, at least in the minor leagues, stolen 40 bases on one occasion. Two and 0 the count. And now ball 3.
Well, this is part of the problem here. You start to pay so much attention to Siriaco over at first that you might just walk him to second base. It's that fine line that you walk.
And there's a strike. 3-1. Ground ball chopped. That's going to go through the right side into right. Stopping at second, Siriaco. Ellsbury has his first hit of the night.
Well, he was able to just pull this ball in the hole. You see where Keppinger's positioned. It just rolls over this, but not able to get there. Just chops it into the perfect spot. A couple soft base hits here for the Red Sox to lead off the 7th.
Jim Hickey's going to head to the mound. Daniel Nava turn around to bat right-handed here with J.P. Howell on the mound. Just be sure and visit your local library and pick up a Reading with the Rays game card. You can earn cool Rays prizes for reading around the bases this summer. Reading with the Rays is supported by the Rays Baseball Foundation, Advantica Benefits, and Tampa Bay Times newspaper in education. A couple of base hits. Siriaco, the blue pit into center. That off Hellickson, and now J.P. Howell with Ellsbury chopping one through the right side. Meanwhile, Jerry Royster talked it over. He's the third base coach for the Red Sox. Talks it with Daniel Nava. Nava 0 for 2. He walked in the 5th. All of that against Hellickson. The pitch is a strike. Nava came into the game hitting .275, 312 lefty, and 174 from the right side. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Boy, good breaking ball there by JP. Very sharp down and in. Puts him up 0-2.
JP was in 2 of the games in Cleveland, totaling an inning and 2/3. Up on Nava. And a turn, throw back to second base just as Siriaco started to widen that lead. But the turn and the throw just not quick enough. Down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. JP's had a nice run going. He hasn't given up any runs in exactly a month when he pitched against the New York Mets. That was on the 13th of June.
I don't think a pitcher in that series went unscathed.
Yep.
When the Mets swung the bats coming in here.
Ball, 2 strikes. And a foul ball holds the count right there. But since then, JP coming into this outing and retired 27 of the 34 hitters he faced. looking to Nava, the number 2 hitter in Bobby Valentine's lineup. Turn again, nothing doing at second. We continue to monitor Siriaco as a base runner. Angels and the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th in New York. Game is tied 5-5. Red Sox lead this game 3-1, and now Nava steps out. On the top of the 9th at Baltimore, and the Tigers lead the Orioles 7-1 in that game. 1-2 again. Lifted up the right side, foul. Pena's after it, but will not be able to catch up to it. That scatters part of the Rays bullpen. Rays scored a run in the bottom of the 6th. The Red Sox have 2 men on with nobody out in the top of the 7th. And the fastball is high and away, 2-2. Ortiz on deck. And a little tap third base side foul. That's handled by Jerry Royster, the third base coach.
You know what JP Howe would love is a little tapper like that in fair territory. Get an opportunity to turn 2 here on Nava. Or pick up the strikeout. Prolonged at bat here.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Takes off from third, swing and a miss, and a one-up throw down to third. Siriaco's in there with a steal. Nava strikes out. Ellsbury's still at first. So Nava the first out of the inning.
Well, Siriaco gets a good jump. The pitch is going to be up and away from Nava. Actually just away. You see the swing and a miss, and Lobaton trying to reach out, grab that ball from the outer third of the plate, and then have to make an awkward throw to third, and Siriaco's in there easily. But Ellsbury stays put at first.
Here's David Ortiz.
Still got that double play in order. And keep the ball down against this guy.
Ortiz is homered, fly to left, was intentionally walked in the 5th. JP starts him with a fastball off the plate. 2 wide, 1 ball, no strikes. Sean Rodriguez goes over to the right side. Keppinger at third base now with David Ortiz at the plate. Rodriguez shaded toward the hole on the right side. Pitch, ball 2 inside.
Well, that looked like a pretty good pitch there by JP. Not to be, and now down in the count 2-0.
Ortiz 227 lifetime, 5 out of 22 with a home run off JP Howell. And now down 2-0. The Rays decide to walk Ortiz again.
Well, what was funny, too, is Bobby Valentine had Adrian Gonzalez out in the on-deck circle. Maybe he's a little bluff here, like, don't walk him.
So an intentional walk. Now Mauro Gomez is the hitter.
Boy, a huge spot here for the Rays late in the game. You want to keep this at a 2-run deficit. 1 out, you got the bases loaded. Love to see Gomez hit into a fielder's choice his last time up.
Well, Gomez and Howell have never faced each other. Bases loaded, and the pitch is a strike.
Nice sharp breaking ball to start him off.
Down and in. Gomez in the 5th inning. Almost into the fielder's choice to in that frame when they intentionally walk Ortiz, and that moved Nava at the time into scoring position at second. The 1-1. Ground ball, third base. Down to second one, first base 2. 5-4-3. The Rays get the double play. Rodriguez, Keppinger to Pena. Gomez grounds into 2, and so walking Ortiz pays off. 7th inning stretch. 3-1 Boston.
To the bottom of the 7th, it is 3-1 Boston. We're beyond right field alongside Janelle Vanacki, who won on the Rays on the runway, the Todd Callis experience. More on that in a moment. You've got your Longoria shirt on, right? Nice. Here's the latest on Evan Longoria. We talked to him before the game.
I don't really have an update. I've seen a lot of reports and a lot of people talking about how my year's done. I don't believe my year is done by any means, but I wish I could give anybody a concrete time frame. There are a lot of things that I can do, and it just feels like sometimes I'm so close and sometimes I'm still so far away.
So as Jose Lobaton leads off here, Janelle, how's the whole night gone for you?
The night has been amazing. Todd's the best. Nobody knows it, but he is.
Oh, thank you so much. Hopefully as Lobaton fouls went off, we'll get a little come from behind victory here to cap off the night.
Yes, we will. I can feel it. I'm the good luck charm.
She's a good luck charm. She got to listen in on Madden's press conference, up there for our pregame and postgame show, and right here for this little Evan Longoria update, guys. Back to the booth. Wave, Janelle. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you. 1 strike to count to Jose Lobaton. The pitch is down. Rays got a run in the 6th inning. Matt Albers came on to strike out Desmond Jennings to leave 2 men on base. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-2.
Well, that was a nasty pitch by Albers, a backdoor curveball that you could do absolutely nothing with if you're Jose Lobaton.
Kyle Farnsworth busy in the Rays bullpen now. A swing and a strikeout. Lobaton out of there.
Well, coming up on tomorrow's Rays Live, the pregame presented by Gulf Coast Honda will be an outdoor pregame. Ooh, those are exciting. Those are exciting. Twitter contests will be a part of it. Preview of Inside the Rays, the science of hitting. Or a feature on the science of batting. Sounds good.
It's Inside the Rays. Going to be good. 1-0 the count to Elliott Johnson. Elliott hitting with Middlebrooks up close at third. More action in the bullpen for Boston. This pitch is a strike. Padilla loosening. Red Morales, Atchison, Miller, and Albers out there. 1-1 to count to Elliott. And Johnson takes it wide. 2 balls and a strike. Cut the miss. 2-2.
Wow, that was a curveball there from Albers that really swept across the plate. Break. See that sweeping action. Tight spin.
Oh, strike 3 call, a fastball. So a couple of strikeouts here in this inning for Albers. Struck out all 3 hitters he's faced so far.
Just buries this fastball in the inside corner. That is a perfect pitch. Look at that, right on the corner. And, you know, Matt Albers coming in. We talked about the fact that he's more of a ground ball guy, does not rack up a lot of strikeouts, but at the same time, you're facing a team here in the Rays that leads American League in strikeouts. He's able to pick up 3 in a row.
Carlos Pena for 3 with a couple strikeouts tonight. And the first pitch is in there. Breaking pitch for a strike.
Though, and everything is sharp. The breaking ball, he's tried to backdoor it. It's been good. He's dropped it down and in. Fastball's been good to both sides. Really locked in right now with those 2 pitches in particular.
This one is low. 1-1. Pena 3 out of 10 with a home run lifetime against Albers. Getting late, bottom of the 7th, 2 gone. Rays down by 2. That will take the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, how about the location? How about the location in to Elliott Johnson to pick up the strikeout? How about that location? That was the same fastball that he was able to strike Desmond Jennings out on. Down and in, down and away from Carlos.
Yeah, he's been in command of all of these hitters he's faced.
Absolutely. It's maybe as sharp as we've seen him in quite some time.
1-2 into the dirt.
Until the 47.5-foot curveball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hellickson worked the front 6+ for the Rays. Morales worked 5 for Boston. Farnsworth continues to throw in the bullpen. On the left side, Middlebrooks with a little leap, made the grab. We're through 7, 3-1 Boston. Rays baseball tonight brought to you by your local Southern Ford dealers. By Subway Restaurants. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Sanjacor. Plan a bright financial future today at SanjacorLifeUSA.com. Rays and the Red Sox opening the 3-game series. David Price and Clay Buchholz pitch tomorrow night. And Sunday afternoon, James Shields and Josh Beckett. Kyle Farnsworth will make his 4th appearance of the year for the Rays. Nice job by J.P. Howell to get out of what turned out to be a tough spot. He got a double play ball to end the 7th. Middlebrooks to lead it off against Farnsworth. Middlebrooks twice has struck out, grounded out his last time. One and one. Crowd of just under 30,000 here tonight for the first game of the homestand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball back to the hill. And a little toss to first. Middlebrooks is the first out in the 8th. Now we'll see the catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia. The Angels are batting in the 9th inning. New York scored 4 in the 8th, and the Yankees lead 6-5. Here's Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia has been on twice with a walk and a base hit. 1 for 2 overall. He scored when he walked in the 2nd inning. Strike 1. Yankees beat the Angels. That's a final now, 6-5. They did it with a 4-run eighth. 1-1 to count. Yankees started the day 7 in front of Baltimore and 7.5 in front of the Rays. The Orioles trailed 7-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's fouled up the left side, and look out, Jim Reynolds.
Ball just
The
kept tracking on him.
Jim Reynolds
Oh,
to get
yeah.
out of the way of that one.
Absolutely. That ball was shot right up that third base line. Didn't break a sweat.
Two now. Swing and a miss. Altalamacchia out on strikes. 2 gone.
Well, Dwayne, you're not going to want to miss this. Saturday, August the 4th, the UFC returns to Fox with 4 massive fights, including knockout artist Shogun Rua taking on Brandon Vera in the biggest fight of his career, plus an epic bout between former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and rising star Ryan Bader. UFC Fight Night on Fox, sponsored by Bud Light, is live from Los Angeles on Saturday, August the 4th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Ryan Sweeney misses the first pitch. That's a strike. Yeah, you don't want to miss any of that.
Nuh-uh.
Shogun Rua and Vera.
That's right. Not when you could stand on a guy's neck and drop forearms.
That'll be good. 2 strikes.
It's old school.
You gonna have everybody over?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I didn't in Cleveland, so we're going to make up for it on August 4th. Everybody, the crew.
Ooh, strike 3 call. Nice. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Farnsworth. With a couple strikeouts, we go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Boston.
Well, the Rays running out of chances here, and that's what you're going to need. A little comeback action. Down by 2 as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $42,500 has been donated.
Vicente Padilla is pitcher number 5 for Bobby Valentine tonight. Makes his 34th appearance. Rays will have Ben Zobrist, B.J. Upton, and Jeff Keppinger up here against him. And there's that breaking ball in at 55.
Yeah, Sammy Hagar can't drive 55, baby. I mean, it doesn't even, right?
Yeah.
55, getting all new appreciation for the highway. It's pretty slow.
And he does it again, and a line drive base hit into right center. Zobrist is on his way to second, and he's in there with a stand-up double. Well, 55 followed by 53, and Zobrist doubles into right center.
And just too much time to see it. You know, a novelty pitch like that, that's good to steal strike one. Maybe you come back to it later, but 2 in a row? Ben Zobrist, look at him, all over that pitch. He waited back, was not fooled at all, and smoked that ball out into right center. Great start here for the Rays, looking to make some noise here in the 8th.
B.J. Upton. And there's a fastball strike on the outside edge. Tigers beat Baltimore. Yankees beat the Angels. 1 strike to count to B.J. High foul. That's going to carry out a play. Gomez gives chase. 2 strikes. Rays trying to make some noise here late. They have 6 wins when they've entered the 9th inning trailing. That's the highest win total under those conditions in the major leagues. They just as soon make some noise and get some runs here in the 8th. The 2-strike pitch. B.J. takes a high fastball. 1-2.
Wow, they're loading up. Random fan shots.
Now the 1-2 pitch. And that ball is upstairs. 2-2. Morales for 5. Atchison 2/3. Miller a hitter. Albert's an inning and a third. He struck out 3 of the 4 men he faced. And a line drive into right. Charged by Sweeney, who makes the catch. And now Zobrist tags on his way to third. And he's going to be out at third base on a relay throw. And Nick Punto comes out of there. He may have been spiked on the play. Upton lines to right, a sinking line drive, and Zobrist is cut down at third on a relay throw. And Punto may have been spiked.
You talk about the Rays being aggressive on the base paths. When Ben Zobrist sees Sweeney go down, that's when he decides to tag. But you see how quickly Sweeney was able to get up and make that throw, and then the relay, Punto's able to get him. And see, that's right there where Ben decides to go. And Aviles with a good strike to Punto. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, got that foot right on the left ankle, kind of rolls it. See, Ben did not go in high, but that right foot of Ben caught Punto's ankle and tweaked it.
Well, the Rays lose the base runner on what turns out to be a 9-6-5 double play. And the bases are empty with 2 outs here in the 8th against Padilla. And here's Jeff Keppinger. There's a strike. Keppinger 0 for 2 with a walk. Hop up again, and Jake McGee alongside. Little tap, third base side. Punto will glove it but make no play. There's an infield hit for Keppinger.
A little tapper. It's like a perfectly placed bunt. Kind of smothers this ball right into the ground. Actually, that ball started out by hitting behind home plate. Absolutely no play to be made.
Well, Sean Rodriguez has the run batted in. Takes a pitch for a strike. First pitch fastball. The Red Sox had dropped 6 of 7 coming into this one. But their bullpen recently has been pretty good. Pitch is high. It's 1-1. The Severs now up in their bullpen down the left field line. Strike on the outside edge. Well, these pitchers from both clubs have worked over the corners tonight.
Well, that precedent was set early. The strike zone here of James Hoy, he was being very giving. Some of those pitches down and away, and quickly picked up on by both pitching staffs.
This one is down 2-2, and a little wide perhaps.
Really? That looks like about the same pitch as the previous one. See how close it is. Well, just about the same as the previous one. If you're Sean Rodriguez and the Rays, you'll certainly take that. Maybe make a mistake here.
2-2 the count. And a step back by Padilla. Rays have 2 hits in this inning, but nothing to show for it, save the runner at first with 2 gone now. And a swing and a miss. Rodriguez chased that one. A breaking pitch. He's out on strikes. We go to the 9th. It's 3-1 Boston. Rays baseball tonight brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy fixes tired fast. My buddy's Home Furnishings. Checkers, feast on. And by the 2012 GMC Sierra. It's our best Sierra ever. From Tropicana Field, We go to the 9th inning. Burke Badenhop's the new pitcher for the Rays, their 4th of the evening.
Run for the 40th time, got 4 holds, a 3.5 earned run average, 36 innings of work. Badenhop, sinker ball extraordinaire. Works quickly. Actually, you could tell how Burke Badenhop's feeling out there on the mound by how quickly he works. Gets the ball back, gets right back up there.
He faces the shortstop, Mike Aviles. And the first pitch is a little high. Slider, 1 ball, no strikes. Line drive back toward the corner and left. That's going to one-hop the wall. Barehanded return on the carom, and the throw not in time as Aviles opens the 9th with a 2-base hit.
Yeah, that's the approach of a sinker baller. You want to see something elevated, and this is what he gets in a 1-0 count. Look at this ball is not only elevated but middle in. That allows him to smash that into the corner. Desmond does a nice job of barehanding it, trying to get him at second base, but the throw a little wide. Aviles hustle a little too much.
So the double by Aviles is 23rd, and here's Siriaco, who's 3 for 3. And he bunts the ball third base side. Keppinger with the throw to Rodriguez, nice. And Rodriguez, what a play right there.
How about that on all ends? First of all, you got Keppinger charging, fielding that ground ball, throwing to a moving target on the run. Rodriguez is coming across first, having to catch the ball and avoid the sliding Siriaco. This was awesome.
Another look.
Throws better on the run.
So they sacrifice sending Aviles to third, and a nice job on the reception and avoiding what could have been a serious collision
for either
right
one of
there
them.
at first. Pitching change coming. The Rays want the lefty, and we'll be back in a moment. Don't forget, coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers. Todd and Orestes anchor the show from center field. Joe Madden's press conference, a big part of that. Interviews from the clubhouse. I don't think we're on it, B.A.
No, you know what? We're not.
I don't see us listed.
Not any room.
No, we're going to get ready for train.
That's fine.
Yep. Post-game concert coming up.
I got all the gear. I got our lighters.
Okay.
Streamers.
Way to go.
Glow sticks. Dwayne, you haven't lived until you've done glow sticks in a mosh pit.
Let's do it.
Done.
Yeah, ready. Jake McGee, the new pitcher for the Rays. Pitcher number 5. The infield's going to come in with Aviles at third and 1 out. The pitch is a little wide to Jacoby Ellsbury. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0. Cut the miss on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cut the miss. 1 and 2.
A couple of big fastballs there by Jake, able to power those right by Ellsbury. No reason to think he's going to deviate.
There's Cody Ross on deck. Nava's due, but Ross preparing to hit. Swing and a miss. Ellsbury strikes out. So McGee, big strikeout in the second out.
No, nothing fancy about it at all. 3 straight heaters. After falling behind, he comes right down the middle with 3 of them. Ellsbury fuming at himself.
And that'll be Ross, Cody Ross, to pinch hit.
Cody Ross got some good pool time in over the break.
Pitch is a strike at the knees.
There you go.
Well, be careful with the sun. Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a one-day deal.
No.
That's been, yeah, it's been worked on. It's a good job. 4 days.
Yep. Done it responsibly.
Yep. Grew the beard out just enough. Very professional.
The 1-1. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. Yankees have won. The Orioles have lost. The Rays are down 3-1 in the top of the 9th inning here to Boston. Upstairs now 3-1. Runner at third with 2 outs. Aviles the runner. And on deck, David Ortiz. And that's going to be a strike. Cody Ross thought he might have drawn the walk, but the count is full.
Right down the outside corner. Jake powers that fastball right there.
3-2. McGee's 3-2 pitch. High fly ball, short left. Jennings there, and Desmond makes the catch to retire the side. Rays will have the DH, followed by Jennings and Lobaton, down by 2.
Now the Rays down to their last shot, trailing 3-1 as we head into the bottom of the 9th inning. And let's take a quick look at tomorrow's starting pitching matchup, presented by Chevron. There he is, Clay Buchholz, coming back for the Boston Red Sox, and he will be opposed by Tampa Bay Rays' David Price, fresh off his scoreless 1-2-3 inning in the All-Star game. Looking to improve on those stellar numbers, 11-4, 2.82, where you got Clay Buchholz. ERA a little high at 5.53, but the record has 1 ball games, 8-2. Should be a good one tomorrow.
The Rays will face Alfredo Aceves, pitcher number 6 of the night for Boston. See his numbers there. 0-6 and 19 of 23 in save situations.
Your attention, please.
Cody Ross stays on to play left field after pinch hitting for Nava. And Will Rhymes and his left-handed bat will lead off. Rhymes to pinch hit for Conrad. And the first pitch taken for a strike. Fastball, mid-90s. And a fly ball lifted into short right for Sweeney, who's there. That's the first out. And the Rays left a couple men on in the 6th inning. They left the bases loaded in the 4th, and the difference in this game right now is that soft single up the middle by Siriaco way back in the 2nd inning that scored Saltalamacchia and Sweeney. Pitch is high to Desmond Jennings. It's 1-0. Seb is checking with the plate umpire about the location of that pitch.
He was a big fan of the answer either.
Two and 0. And now ball 3 is wide. 3-0.
That's all you'd like to do is give yourself a shot. Take a lead off, but a walk here to get a base runner. Give yourself one chance with one swing at the bat.
And he gets a strike call there to make it 3-1.
You can see how Aceves could be so tough, especially against right-handed hitters. He's got that low 3/4 arm angle, able to get good velocity on his pitches.
And he throws a strike there, a breaking pitch.
Yeah, curveball, a sweeper right to the outside corner. It's a nasty pitch too. Tight spin. Look at that thing just take off. More of a slurve.
Now the 3-2. And a swing and a miss.
Wow.
He comes back to strike out Jennings.
3 nasty pitches. Fastball, breaking ball, and then right back to the fastball at 96, down and away. Look at that. It's impressive.
Jose Lobaton, final hope for the Rays here tonight, trying to get aboard to give Hideki Matsui a chance. Matsui has moved into the on-deck circle. And the pitch to Lobaton is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0. There's a line drive foul caught by Gomez, and that's going to end this game. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays here, and Boston takes game 1 of this series. It's a 3-1 final.
Thank you.
And So the Rays begin this 10-game homestand, dropping the first game of a 3-game series. Suriaco had a base hit in the second inning that drove home 2. And as we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Before that, the shot off the bat of David Ortiz that came on a 3-1 cutter in the first inning. That gave Boston a 1-0 lead. They never relinquished that lead, and they win this game 3-1. Morales will get the win to even his record at 2-2. Hellickson, the loser, now 4-6, and Aceves picks up his 20th save. Took 3 hours and 26 minutes to play this game. 3-1 the final. We'll be with you tomorrow beginning at 6:30. Game 2, the Rays and the Red Sox. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. If not the outcome, Boston 3, the Rays 1. See you next on Rays Live, the postgame.